The evolution of industry in Peru regards the world's growth. The 50s in Peru were marked by a period of growth and economic stability. The Korean War increased global demand for mineral salts as copper and iron. In the 80s, the industry of the country was on the goals of President, who founded several state industrial enterprises that connects Peru the states to undertake the establishment of the first steel producer in the country, taking the first steel on the night of many, which the creation of Society of Siderurgy. In plant and coins, later in April the following year, President in steel plant manufacturing in its recent, it is seen as the latest sector of modern cities, and the creation of a skilled labor as well as fundamental source of several positive effects. Therefore, its belief is essential for the competitiveness of nations. Peruvian manufacturing has shown remarkable growth rates in line with the economic boom in results, while macroeconomic statistics profits insight into positive figures of the domestic industry informate of the patterns of efforts of companies in the sector is scarce, limiting pressure the microeconomic politics United States. Technology and industrial history United States describes the emergence of the US as the most technologically advanced and powerful nation in the world, the able field of land and labor, diversity of climate, the abundance of the naturals, canals, rivers, and coastal waterways, and the abundance of natural resources that facilitates the extraction of cheap energy, rivers, transportation, and the ability of capital contribute America's rich industry. The growth of infrastructure transport in the country, which international improvements and a conflict of technology innovations before the Civil War facilitated the expansion of the organism. The growth of infrastructure transport in the country abroad, the Central American industry has supported the European counterparts and economy, the nation, the GAM, the assets, the military power, and the real. Depression challenges its technology moment the United States come on the world where rights on the two support. In the second half of the 18th century, with the country was embroiled in conflicts which the Soviet Union for political, economic, and military. Surprise, the government investing heavily in research and technological development. The same technological industry have not only properly shaped the economic success of the United States, but have also contributed to create on political institutes, social structures, system, and cultural identity of the country. American values of meritocracy, entrepreneurship, and self-sufficiency, Andrew from his legacy of technology Singapore. In late March, Lee Kuan-yew of Singapore and Prime Minister of the same father for more than 10 decades. After having the Vice Prime Minister, he served as Senior Minister under 2004 and the Minister Mentor to Coach Levin. His death has once again put the focus of media attention in Singapore. The country has more will increased in the last half century. The speed is many shades, lack of basic civil liberties, such as speech, assumption, press, or sexual orientation. Singapore has become a world leader in economic policy, where they live deeper public policy and observations that have led to Singapore to become what is today. Likum the years have come, of which now almost 6 decades ago a teacher watched his country should to do a chase, become a very prosperous place in search of like other countries in the region. The English was established an official language, along which 3 others, and is the main language used in school, similar to what happens in Finland. In educative words, reference neither. The figure of teacher is rated and valued by society, so much so that their type is similar to their received by the scientists and researchers. Another key factor country to wealth of Singapore is its policy of zero tolerance against Singapore is of the country which methodologically corruption rates in the world reduce discriminatory spend which the Singapore bureaucrats. The small sense of the state and its strict law in this area have made Singapore as a country of reference in this field worldwide. The state punished by severe privilege.
Peru has developed a type of industry that is based mainly on exploitation of natural resources and according to the demands of the world market. The first industries appeared around 1905 and were dedicated to the textile activity, to the milling of wheat or the breeding of beer, confections, and food products. In the 1920s, the incipient industry lost the initial impulse due to the fact that the productivity sources were in the hands of foreign capital. The 30s began with a serious global economic crisis that affected the country and was left without defining a policy of industrialization. By 1940, the main industries were the following: iron and bronze foundries, dedicated to the manufacture of parts and pieces for the machine, and some metallic products or inputs for the construction; textile industries, especially cotton, and factories engaged in the production of paper and cardboard. In the 70s, industrial policy acquired a statist character. The aim was to put an end to the unequal geographical distribution of industry, concentrate on the coast, and especially in the capital, and with the external dependence of production abroad. To this end, basic industries, iron and steel, non-ferrous, metallurgy, chemicals, cement, and paper, were instead considered essential, putting their administration under the control of the state. Workers were given sharing in profits, and national industries were transferred to national control. Despite the efforts, the results were negative, and the industry went through a stage of stagnation and deterioration. This trend was not overcome, and from the quinquennium of 1980 to 1985, the sector suffered an acute crisis which has not yet been satisfactorily recovered. The Japanese, with the help of the government of the United States, created in the first half of the 50 years the movement for productivity. The three principles of the movement: 1. Cooperation between the people and the government. 2. Cooperation between employers and employees. And 3. Sharing of benefits arising from productivity gains. From 1960 to 1970, cycles quality control, the system of mutual consultation and system engineering, emerged in the 60 years. The massive incorporation of the engineers to companies closely with factory workers and flow of information to the office ID. Taylor did not depend on the system, the level of information worker basis for innovation and skilled workforce. It did not depend on these small groups of workers and their relations with the engineering. Apparently, this is labor management model of production and distribution of the benefits management. Actually, it is method of obsolete and relative surplus law, which raises the subordination of labor to capital. A million attitude of the workers against capital impairs career. Only way passivity regarding demands for working conditions and activity attitude to provide information related to technological innovations. Between 60 and 70 massive research engineering is promoted. Engineers are massive used objective incremental improvements casing on imported technology applied to production process and improving product quality. Japan technological revolution. One of the factors that have characterized the transformation on the economy and industry of Japan is in providing the technological level carried out by the fast innovation in technology and the various efforts of the industrial sector as a whole. Japan, thanks to previously expressed an importer of technology, is becoming a technology exporter, is exporting technology to both countries. The Great Leap Technology, the four most important technological branches in Japan are automotive, information technology or computers, and finally the electronic.